Hello, America. My name is John Fial, and this video is meant to be the 3 campaign goals that I would have during a presidential campaign. So the other video is 3 goals for the campaign platform, what the campaign platform itself would be. This video is meant to be what goals would I have during the period of a campaign. Now, I don't think this kind of thing is particularly necessary for local school board election, for running for your state House representative and the state legislature, but for longer campaigns, for being the governor of your state, for being president, U.S. senator, U.S. congressperson, I think that the campaign itself should have goals distinct from the platform itself, right? Both are able to change as the campaign goes on, but if the person is not elected, they should have some metric by which to grade themselves on, and their teams, on how successful was the campaign, even if it didn't succeed in getting that person elected. So that's what this video is about. 3 distinct things overlapping in their own individual ways for the campaign itself, for a national presidential campaign. Excuse me while I fix the smart lighting under the desk. So the first of these 3 is to debate and discuss these constitutional amendment ideas. The second is to inspire the nation and people in the country to campaign using less resources, less time, less money, less popularity. And the third is to shape the candidate, him or herself, as that person in their campaign shapes the country. So I'll go into each of these in hand. And again, these are meant to be how we reflect on the team, on our own campaign, and how we grade ourselves each week, each month, as the campaign goes on. All right, so the first is to debate and discuss these constitutional amendments. If you watched the platform video or looked at the presidential platform goals, writing constitutional amendments is in there. But this is distinct because writing the constitutional amendments and the president going over to help Congress do that takes place in Congress over a period of weeks or months or maybe even years, and getting the votes necessary and modifying the amendments so that most Americans get on board with whatever the particular terminology is, for instance, term limits or 1 president per family. But in the campaign itself, I would want to discuss these ideas for constitutional amendments every stump speech. So I'd get up, give a stump speech on those 3 platform ideas, and then open it up for debate and discussion and questions. And as the audience got more comfortable with me and vice versa, and with each other in that particular dynamic, every day or every week, whenever there's a campaign rally, I would want to discuss some of these more controversial amendment ideas and get people in kind of discussion or debate, individual, maybe in teams, maybe have breakout groups in there. And it's going to get heated. It's going to get emotional. It's going to get argumentative. Some people are going to cry. Some people are going to shout. But when it gets too much, I want to settle it back down, bring people back to the center, and say, okay, let's go home. Let's sleep on it. Let's think about what we talked about. But let's go back to something that's not too controversial, right? Like term limits, like 1 president per family. A lot of people are open to the idea of a balanced budget amendment, right? That one's not quite as universally supported, but we'll see if we can get there, right? So when the audience has a lot of energy and feels a lot more patient, we'll do some controversial discussion. And then when things are getting too heated, bring it back to the realm of, yeah, pretty much everybody agrees 1 president per family. Most people already agree there's an age minimum for the president. There should be an age maximum, right? So that's the first goal, is debate and discuss these constitutional amendments during the campaign. That's something that we on the campaign team can grade each other on, and we can continually improve, right? Number 2 is to use the campaign to inspire other Americans to campaign themselves for whatever interests them most, using less money, right? Using less time. I think most of us agree presidential campaigns should not start 18 months before the election, 24 months before the election, right? Presidential campaigns in this day and age, with not only electronic media, but all sorts of internet going everywhere, penetrating the most rural parts of Africa and China, and good God, a scientist in Antarctica or the Arctic Circle has the internet. A presidential campaign for this country should take anywhere from 6 weeks to 6 months, right? You think about it, 6 months. Is that not enough time to choose a president, right? We could have the parties decide their candidates in debates or whatever they want to do in 3 months. And then we have 3 months as a country before the general election to decide which person we like best. Why do we need more than 6 months, right? And the reason is we don't. But the media wants money from this and attention, and candidates like to self-aggrandize and feel good about themselves for a year or two. But we don't need, and most of us don't want, presidential campaigns taking so much damn time. So goal number 2 is to inspire other Americans to campaign for office, locally, nationally, whatever it may be, with less time, less money, less popularity, right? To start from scratch. To start from actually not scratch, not nowhere, but to start from only who you know. Your friends, your neighbors, your family. That's who all of us know. To start from that and to campaign from nothing, so to speak. So the second goal of the campaign itself is to inspire other people to campaign. And third and finally, the third goal of that campaign is to shape the candidate, him or herself, into the person we want to see lead in this position. Right? So right now, am I the person I would like to see as President of the United States of America? No, not yet, I don't think. But could I get there through a campaign that helps shape me and focuses on my strengths, minimizing my weaknesses during a campaign? Yeah. Yeah, I do think I could get there, especially with the help of the United States of America, of Americans. So the third goal is to shape and mold the candidate into who we want to see, right? And to prevent the party or corrupt influences through the party or outside of the party, from wherever, from corrupting the candidate before he or she even gets to office, right? And that's one of the huge reasons, I'll talk about this in other videos, why I don't want a politician, why I don't want someone who's using U.S. House or the U.S. Senate or their state Senate, whatever it is, as political stepping stones in a political career, the pinnacle of which is the presidency. I don't want that. And for a lot of people, that starts the corruption process in them. I'll just compromise a little here. Sure, thank you for that money. I'll compromise a little here. Thank you for getting my kid into college. That sort of thing. So I want the campaign to shape the candidate, him or herself, in this case, hopefully, me, and to keep that person as true to themselves for the duration of the campaign, and then ideally the presidency, as long as possible. So those are my 3 goals for the campaign itself. We could boil those down into SMART or smarter goals and be more specific. But number 3, to shape the candidate. Number 2, to forgot my own self. That's what happens when you don't use notes. But number 1, to debate constitutional amendments. Number 2, to inspire other Americans to campaign using less money, less time, less resources, to start from wherever they're at in their respective careers. And number 3, to shape the candidate, him or herself. These are the goals for a 12 to 15 month national, federal, presidential campaign. And please tell me your thoughts in the comments, send me some messages, please donate and watch the other videos. Thank you for your time. Cheers.